Ignore the fact there's not a green screen, but we're here at the job centre. What the hell are we doing? Hello everyone, it's TIJ and welcome to a new video on Football Manager 2018. Today it's time for the start of Zero to Hero on Football Manager 2018. And this is going to be the new permanent series on the channel. If you guys are long-term viewers of the channel, if you haven't viewed before, you know, close your ears, ignore what I'm going to say. But I'm just getting sick of Wolfsburg. It's probably the worst decision I ever made to leave Portsmouth. And I just wanted to start afresh, see what I could do, and we're going to go back to England in Zero to Hero. For new viewers, open your ears back up again. And for any existing viewers, for anyone who's watching and who's interested in the series, watch this. Listen to this. This is obviously going to be a series called Zero to Hero. That's one. Number two, really, it just says what it just does what it says on the tin. We're going to be down the job centre today. In theory, of course, the Football Manager job centre. See if we can find a job in England. And really, the job is to take us from Zero to Hero. If we look at our profile, I am 36 years old with a Continental C licence and with professional football sort of history. But apart from that, we've got a Continental C licence. Allardyce, Mourinho and Conte don't like, so obviously the Everton, Manchester United and Chelsea managers. But apart from that, there's not really much going on. I've already skipped forward to the 25th of October to see if there's any jobs available that we can take already and snap away. And we have got some National League jobs and National League safe jobs. And whilst I might apply for them, I'm going to try and get a League 2 job probably. Because I don't particularly want to manage down the National League. But if it has to come to it, we will. But I reckon League 2 might be a nice place to go. And looking at the bottom clubs at the moment, it looks like it could be the likes of Crawley or Port Vale that come knocking on the door soon. So let's skip forward to a point where we might get offered a job. Took about 2 weeks, but we've got our first job interview, guys, with Bury, who are down in last in League 1, 24th in League 1. And they're not doing very well, but it is attainable to get them back into the lead. So I'm quite into the lead, well, back into the limelight. So we're going to attend this interview. Stuart Day is the chairman. Yep, let's get down to business. Never managed a club before. Right for the right opportunities, I suppose. Me doesn't look good. I'll just do just that. Confident of everything. Long and successful career with the club. Take them where they want to go. Yep, that's fine with the finances. I've got the passion, fight and spirit. I don't really want to play defensive football, but I say it just to, just to shut him up. So I'll develop players in the new youth system. Won't say anything about defensive football. 3.6 million is absolutely fine per year. And then there's no other requests. Let's exit that one. And that is our first job interview as somebody who just popped down the job centre for a job. And unbelievable, the job centre had advertised Bury, Football Manager. I'm like, that's an interesting one. So there we go. As you can see, clubs are sacking managers left, right and centre. We've also applied for the Championship job, Sheffield Wednesday. I doubt we'll get that one though. But there is the job at Bradford we can apply for. And also the job at Crawley we can apply for. So I guess what we'll do is just come back whenever we get any news. Ooh, we've been approached by Bury. £70,000 a year. That's definitely a really good way to start with. And we did say a few weeks ago to the media, I hope Bury stick with Ryan Lowe, their manager. But of course, we might just take his job. £70,000 a year to start the managerial job. 2-year contract. That's decent. 24th in League 1. What's the schedule like? They play Saturday. I might leave in a week because there are better jobs out there. They're happy to delay. There are a few more jobs out there. There's the Bradford job. We're actually favourite now for the Bury job. And the Crawley job. The only really other good, better job, obviously, is the Bradford job or the Sheffield United job. But we'll just see how we go and what happens in the next week. We've now been offered a job interview by Crawley Town. Let's attend this interview then. They're down in 24th in League 2. So it would probably be wise to take the job at Bury. But I suppose we could take the job at the checkertrade.com stadium. And yeah, we could do that. I mean, it's a bit trickier, I suppose. But I suppose, whatever. And we can actually play attacking football now. I don't really want to play defensive football at Bury. And I wonder if that will clash with their idea if I try and play attacking football. But I think that's kind of what we need to do. So we've been approached by Bury again. We agreed to delay by a week. Basically, we've got nothing better in. But there is the job at Bradford. Colchester have now sacked McGreal. They're also in League 2. So we may as well apply for that one. And see what comes of that. But really, I'm happy to take anyone. Really, this is an experience to manage new clubs I've never managed on the game before. A club that I wouldn't pick. I mean, I've think that more people should do this, really, because... Alright, I'm not going to Real Sociedad, that's a bit stupid. But, I mean, on FM, obviously, it's not meant to be too realistic, but obviously, you go into the game, I want to manage that team, and that's who you manage. So, I guess a little bit unrealistic, and maybe it'll be a little bit better to do it like this. So, Crawley have also offered us the job at the Trek a Trade Trophy Stadium. Now, the wage is less, and apart from that, we're going to ignore everything else. So, we've got Crawley in League 2, and they're a club on the rise. I mean, they were in League 1 for a few seasons, and they've been quite steadily going up League 2. So, that's a club that we could play as, but they've had a terrible season. If we drop down to the National League with them, there's a risk that it won't be very nice. Then, of course, we've got the Bury situation, where are they? Bury, there we go. Bury are kind of up and down. They've been as high in as the Championship in 1999. But League 1, down in League 2, League 2, League 1, League 2, League 1. It's a bit iffy. How are they doing recently? They've got 2 draws in the last 2 games. They've got Jermaine Beckford, wow. Jermaine Beckford and Zale Ismail as well, who used to play for the Wolves. Let's have a look at that squad, actually. Who have they got? Anyone else that I recognise? Harry Bunn, I seem to recognise from somewhere. It would be wise, wouldn't it, to take the Bury job. But I'm waiting out on that Bradford job. Because I think the Bradford job would be better than both of them, to be honest. Or Coventry. I mean, Coventry in 11 at the moment. Then problem in Coventry is that their finances is a bit rubbish, to say the least. Can we delay a week with Crawley? Let's delay a week with Crawley. The problem with... Bury are higher up, but... They were a bit cheesed off then. They didn't care in the end. Never mind. So we're not going to take charge of Bury. Bury have appointed a new manager. That's the only problem with delaying. Obviously, they'll look at other candidates so they can get in at the same time. And now Hugh Rossler's took the Bradford seat, and we could be forced, really, to take the Crawley job. I do quite like the idea of Crawley, actually. Last in the 92 of the Football League, and taking them up. That sounds like a really good idea. Something that could go terribly wrong, but I like the idea of starting with the bottom team in the 92. So I think we might go for that, you know, unless something magnificent comes in the next week. I think we'll go for that. Sutton have sacked Oswell, but they're down in the National League. I'm not interested in the National League. Just too much to do. But League 2 is a realistic aim. Martinez took the Villa seat. Obviously, Steve Bruce has got the sack there. Got a few days left until that. Wow, Bury have been beaten by Posh by 4 goals to 0 in the FA Cup. That's not a very good start for them whatsoever, considering Posh are in the same league as well. But we've got a few days. I think it's the 6th that they'll come back to us. More teams of the week. I don't really care with that. And I think there's 1 day to go. Here we go. Shall we go with Crawley? I like the idea of Crawley. They've played 20 games, 10 points, only 2 wins. And to get them out of the relegation zone would be a start. I mean, we've got half a season. These are the players we've got to work with. I can't say I've heard of any of them, admittedly. There might be a few that you guys are going, why haven't you heard of him? I feel like I've heard of him. NTO, I've had him somewhere, because I recognise the face. You correct, I wouldn't have had him anywhere. I did do a Crawley career mode on FIFA. Yes, I remember Dean Cox as well. Long-term player for Leyton Orient. Let's go for it. Crawley Town, bottom of the tree of the 92. £50,000 a year, that's a decent wage. We're going to knock off the relegation wage drop and maybe increase that a little bit. And that is very acceptable. So, at the end of this first episode, we are now going to be in charge of Crawley Town, a club that I would never pick. And we're going to take charge at the checkatrade.com stadium. And we're 24 in the league, lost 4 of our last 5. And this is the true challenge. This is interesting. Of course, Crawley remember for a good FA Cup run in the last season or so. But we have got a very much an uphill task. We've played 20 games and we've got 7 points just to get caught up to Port Vale. We've got 2 games in the next episode against Mansfield. Pardon me. We've actually got we've got a game tonight in the Checker Trade Trophy. Ignore that. Shall we? Yeah, we will play that actually. And then we've got a game against Mansfield at the weekend. But that'll all be on Wednesday because I've got a new schedule on the channel at the moment, which means that I'll be having, I need to get rid of that job sense thing, but I'll do that next episode, so ignore that. But the next episode of this will be on Wednesday, where we start our Crawley Town adventure in Zero to Hero, and I think that's going to be really interesting. Basically, the series now is going to go like this. We're going to have this on a Monday, Wednesday, and a Friday at 6 PM, a MotoGP series that you'll see on the channel on Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays, and the next one of that's coming out tomorrow night, and then Retro Sundays on Sunday, which it kind of, well, it lends itself to the title, I think you could say. But if you enjoyed this, I guess, part 1 pilot of this, make sure you leave a like. I do apologise about Wolfsburg and the breaks I've been having the last few weeks. I hope this change the schedule and change the series gives me a bit more motivation and all that to do YouTube. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed that, and hopefully I'll be back daily for the next few weeks. Obviously off for Easter, not this week, but the week after and the week after that. So I'll be able to make videos quite easily. But anyway, if you guys have enjoyed that, leave a like, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday, yeah, that's right, on Wednesday, for the first official episode of Zero to Hero. Thank you guys for watching this first episode, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Goodbye.